So in case I say anything during my talk which can probably churn any one of you or hurt you or offend you, please understand that's not the intention. I stand here with immense respect for all of you. The very fact that I heard that every time a program like this happens, you people go ahead and plant 11 more trees is enough for me to respect this forum for the rest of my life. Because I run a magazine, I'm used to editing. I do a lot of proofreading, so aadat ho gaya. Like an auditor you can show any P&L balance sheet to an auditor and he'll be able to circle some number and say this is not okay. So excuse me for this, but from flow we can never use this phrase again. Menstrual problems. There are just menstrual needs. It's not a problem. If we keep using the word problem, then we are not making something which is so natural and biological look in right light. So I know it's just a phrase, but we want to provide women's kit to address menstrual needs and not menstrual problems. Okay, it's not a problem. So let's just change that in the language. Let's come to relationship. I'm sorry again, I'm going to disagree. And that's my starting point, always on relationship. 25% of people here are very, very happy. And they're very, very happy not because everything about their life is going right. They're very, very happy because one relationship that truly matters to them the most in life is going right. On the strength of that one relationship that's going right for them in life, they can face everything else in life on that one strength. And 75% of people who are facing challenges in life, it's not because everything about their life is going wrong. In other religions, we can't speak because those fellows never got married. They never had a family. Okay. They prevented from it. But at least with Hindu mythology, most of them went ahead and had a family, and all of them have challenges. So every time I speak about relationship, I tell people, there's at least one area in our life where we all have a chance to be one upon God. If we can get our relationship right, where even gods could not, I think that will be a great victory for all of us. We live in an information age, so we get very excited about listening to speeches. Most of our programs is filled with an invited speaker. So another speaker comes and speaks. I think Bhagavad Gita was delivered for transformation of Arjuna and not for adulation of Krishna. Sometimes I wonder what would have been the plight of Krishna after delivering 18 chapters if Arjuna placed the bow and arrow one side of the chariot and gave one standing ovation to Krishna saying that lovely speech, very good. Every question you had answers, amazing. And then he got down from the chariot, went around and started telling everybody there, that fellow, he speaks very well. I think next time in your forum also you should invite him. He speaks very well. And this is what happens. And there is nobody here, including the speaker, who can say that I have reached such level of perfection in life that there is no scope for further growth or transformation in me. So for that you have to be a seeker. You have to forget your labels. You have to forget that you're a chairman of a company, managing director of a company, head of the family, national president, chapter president. You have to forget everything. You're a human being here. You're a seeker here. I just want to listen to those ideas. Nothing, before we realize 1.5 hours will be done and over with. And maybe you're sitting here feeling by taking my wife to this program, she will get transformed. And that is why nobody ever thinks they need transformation. Even when my talk is going on, if you're sitting with people you know, you will keep elbowing them all the time. For you only is telling, okay. Her grandchild is only 5 months old. Still early days. By the time the child is 2, what strategy she learned from Harvard? You should see the strategies of a 2-year-old. Get grandmom to dance whichever way it wants. So the 6-year-old kept on insisting that you should play with me, Papa. Looking at his expression, it seems the 6-year-old little sweetheart told Dad, Dad, I can see why you're so shocked, but I think I should confess the truth. That is how you get everything about your life right. The focus has to be, how do I get myself right? Not because I'm saying you're wrong, but that's the only thing in your control. Somebody is able to say life is beautiful, and same world somebody is saying life is a torture. What has changed? The spectacles with which they look at life. So we have to first change the spectacles with which we look at relationship, because somewhere, I don't know, the common undercurrent and language of relationship seems to be as if it's a burden. What are we without relationship? We'll become islands. We'll be left with nothing. We'll be loners. We'll be left. What is our alternative to relationship? Solitude, loneliness. I'm sure a lot of you who still hold the kitchen will say this. Our kitchen is no more one cooking for the entire family. Those days are gone. What husband likes is different. He has never been in diet. Wife is now in one very newly advocated no carb diet. You're hoping your son will like what you have cooked, and there is a doorbell. You open, Swiggy guy is standing there. Celebrate these differences rather than desperately search for that sameness. Why? Simply because on the road, it's not a question of whose mistake, it's a question of whose life. If you go and bump it into the bus, it's still your car and it's still you who is going to be hurt in the entire process. He is wrong, but what would you do? Adjust to him and continue to drive till you find a way by which you can overtake him. Okay, let's take it a little further. So he went under the water tank lorry. Anybody here, if you're there, you should get up and say, Mahatria, that's exactly what I would do. I want to touch your feet because you're a rare creation. Gave your life for what you believed is right. What will you do? For some time you will go. But as the water tank lorry is coming close by, and most of you, you know about 5 to 7 bad words. You will scold him by those bad words and you move to the side and you let him go. Second lorry is coming on the wrong side. What will you do? Anybody here? Mahatria, there is a limit to adjusting. If you go on adjusting, they will take advantage of us, so we should not adjust. So I will insist. Second lorry, 17th lorry is coming on the wrong side. What will you do? You will think Arun Jaitley, returning from his kidney transplant, has brought some amendment to Constitution. India also, like America, maybe from now onwards we'll keep to the right, not to the left. Can happen. One announcement, a prime minister can come and make an announcement. From tomorrow all roads will change. Somebody lying down in the hospital with a fractured leg and I come to see them. What happened? You have a fracture. Not my mistake, his mistake only. But who has the fracture? By this need to prove each other wrong, we can never get our relationship right. Mahatria, are you asking us to become a doormat? No, wait. I'll come to the second point after I finish the first. But I want you to understand this. For me, somewhere in the background of every moment of my existence, somewhere in the background, there is this road sign which is telling me, don't expect others to turn, you turn. If somewhere the way I speak, I cannot get my audience involved, I'll change the way I speak. The dominant buying motive out there, this is the competitive strategy. Knowing all these things, now you turn, you come up with a strategy which can supersede everything that exists.